Justin Robinson, what's his deal? What's the update on him? He missed about 7-8 games towards the end of the year. In my opinion, he's their best player. Will he go for Tech against St. Louis?
Yeah, he's going to go. Buzz Williams made no doubt about that Sunday before the selection show, announced to put it out there. He's actually missed 12 games. He's been out. He's been out for a month and a half. He's been out since the end of January. So, obviously, game shape and conditioning is going to be something to watch, but having him back is just a huge boost. When he's on the floor, they've had to really change, and this is a credit to Buzz Williams. And Buzz Williams, in my opinion, probably should have been the ACC Coach of the Year. What he did to get this team to adjust on the fly. Look, they've literally played 6 guys. They had a 7th guy play a couple minutes, but this has been a 6-man basketball team for a month. Getting back, they're 11 points better on the floor. Their assists are better. He just runs the point better. And Kerry Blackshear, look, there's a lot. There'd be a great sports debate in Blacksburg, and I won't get into it with your listeners. But Nickeil Alexander-Walker is your NBA talent. Kerry Blackshear has emerged to a guy where it's actually a conversation if he leaves for the NBA. He's played like 12 games. Robinson makes the thing go. And the one thing to watch with Justin is he gets too much into his emotions, sometimes turnovers, fouls. But just the simple fact of having him back, and if they can ease him into a game like St. Louis, I can see them making the Sweet 16. But this is a big addition. And if for anything, just have another body on the floor to be able to play 7 and not 6.
So Buzz Williams has led the Hokies to 3 straight NCAA tournaments now. He's done a remarkable job there in Blacksburg. The problem with that is now bigger programs are going to come sniffing around. Texas A&M is apparently very interested in him.
Right.
How is Virginia Tech going to deal with this success? What's the next step for them as far as retaining Buzz Williams going forward?
That's still a question, and he wasn't really chatty about that. The report came out. I guess Texas A&M fired their coach the day, I'm trying to do the math last week, whatever day was the first day that Virginia Tech played in the ACC tournament, and during the game, Texas A&M fires their coach. And look, you guys see reports about a coach getting fired, and there's 1, 2, 3 names mentioned. Everything I've seen so far for Texas A&M is Buzz Williams. Babcock says all the right things, the AD, but it's going to be interesting to see how much money they throw. Texas A&M unloaded the Brinks truck for Jimbo Fisher down there for a football coach. So the facilities at Texas A&M, probably an upgrade. Buzz Williams knows that he's mostly at a football school, and he's done wonders with that program. That program was absolute in the basement when he took it over. So I don't know how they retain him. I know he's been happy there. I know he's got a beautiful home. I know his family enjoys it, but he is a Texas guy. He does have a connection with Texas A&M being an assistant there. So that's a conversation. And here's the best thing Virginia Tech can do is they can keep playing, and they can keep trying to make Texas A&M kick the can down the road to where maybe they have to get a guy and Virginia Tech still playing.
Yeah. Well, I think they're going to roll St. Louis. All right, so 2 other teams in the East. Let's talk VCU in Central Florida, 8-9 matchup. Winner will play Duke. And this is in Columbia, South Carolina. VCU's best player, Marcus Evans, he's got an injury. Will he go? Look, Central Florida has got the big kid, Taco Fall. He doesn't do much in the center. He's just a big oak tree. But VCU can't shoot the ball from threes. They're one of the worst teams in the country in that. They want to get to the rim, slash it up a little bit. I like Central Florida in this matchup, especially with the injury to Evans. What are you hearing there?
I believe Marcus is going to play. Let's put it this way. If we had to do the NFL injury report, I would list him right now as probable. That injury, I don't know if you guys saw it in that game in the AFC tournament, but I thought, everyone thought it was an ACL. And to hear him scream, but to find out it's a deep bone bruise, look, this kid's a tough dude. He's come back from 2 Achilles injuries in 2 years.
Wow.
He's a quick healer. But I do have the same questions. They're going to clog up the middle, and it's going to be a question of whether or not. Look, I've seen games where VCU is money. I've seen games where Deontay Jenkins is firing them in, Marcus Evans is firing them in, Isaac Vance firing them in. Then I've seen other games where they've been off. And a neutral site, that can impact things. So, and Marcus Evans is their best slasher. Malik Crowfield comes in, plays a good defensive game, but Marcus Evans, there's a reason he's a first-team A-10 player. And I imagine he's going to go, but the question is, how much can he go? Because everything that I've understood about the deep bone bruise is how much pain can you play through. And you guys know, look, if you mess up your back, your mind is on it, you're feeling like garbage. I wonder with him, does it impact his game? Does it get him off his game? Does he have that push, that pop inside? So it's something to watch. It's going to be something to watch at the game time. The one good thing for VCU is at least they got the Friday game.
Right.
24 hours can make a big difference for Marcus Evans.
It's a late game, too.
Yes.
That's going to be almost 10 o'clock.
9:40 tip.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if I'm Johnny Dawkins, I might just play zone and see if VCU can beat it. By the way, Johnny Dawkins' kid, Aubrey Dawkins, is legit. He's a really good player. But if I'm Johnny Dawkins, I might just play zone and see if VCU can hit shots. If they hit shots, then bring Taco out a little bit. But I don't know if VCU can beat them.
Look, 8-9 matchups are 50-50 games, and this VCU team is tough. But Marcus Evans there's a reason he got first team A-10. There's a reason that he gets a majority of minutes at the guard position. It's going to be a big wait and see. And if he can go and if he can be at least at 80% of what he is, it's going to be a heck of a matchup. I think there's a good reason that game's on the line. The line of the game is $1.50.
Right. Yep. 1.5.
Joined by Wes McElroy, afternoon host on 910 The Fan in Richmond. He also does pregame, postgame for Virginia Tech. I'm just wondering, where's the buzz of the people? Like the people down in Richmond, obviously you got VCU, but UVA is such a powerhouse. Who are the people backing the most? And you got ODU.
Well, right in the heart of Richmond, it's VCU. I mean,
of course.
Down here, VCU fans treat it like their professional sports team, their NBA team. That place has been sold out. I think the arena's now at a 116-game streak sellout.
Wow.
You go to any bars, man, VCU fans are all over the place, and they're a good, passionate fan base. But look, Virginia, I look at the tournament this way. On a national scale, I think Zion Williamson is your biggest draw, but I think Virginia could end up being the biggest story. I mean, this is a team that they lose to UMBC last year, and Tony Bennett started last season as soon as he walked off the court and did that post-game interview with CBS. They couldn't have handled it better. This is a Virginia team that has owned it. Like I love people in life who own their stuff, they own their baggage. They've owned it from the get-go. They've talked about it. They said this is going to be part of our story. They had to go to ACC Media Days in Charlotte in the same arena where they lost to UMBC. They had to stay in the same hotel that they stayed in when they lost. So they've owned everything, and they've never snipped at the media, stopped asking about it. They've worn it. Now, what happened last Friday night, them losing to Florida State, being out-muscled, being out-physical, that Virginia fans look back and think, hey, Michigan State back-to-back years where they bounced Virginia. Is this team physical enough? They can be tough enough. But in Richmond, VCU is obviously the passionate fan base. I think collectively through the Commonwealth, the big question is this the year with Tony Bennett having DeAndre Hunter, an NBA talent who may go top 5, Kyle Guy, Ty Jerome, having 8 deep, having an offensive gear that they've never had before? There's a lot of questions. Can this be the year that they break through?